There they are, hard at work, drawing that Bakken crude from formations in the Williston Sedimentary Basin. And the trees there mark the town site of Hoffer, Saskatchewan, this Sunday afternoon of July 24th, 2016. In the foreground here is the rail bed that Canadian Pacific built in 1926. That year, they established a switch at mile 34 on the Neptune branch near Bromhead, ran this line out to Lake Elm at 26.3 miles, paused a year, and then ran another 19 miles out to Minton in 1929. It's now the Thursday morning of July the 1st, 2021. This is the site of the school, a little two-room effort with a teacherage. It was all grades when it was established in 1926, lost its upper grades in 1939, and closed completely in 1957. The building is gone. Here we are flying in along the right-of-way, crossing Range Road 150 or Township Road 22. Takes a little bend here. CP issued a notice of discontinuance on August the 4th, 1998 for the stretch between Southall and Minton, and it was subsequently abandoned and the steel has been pulled about mid-20-aughts. The station was a portable, dropped off in 1927 right in here somewhere, at mile 9.5 from Southall on the Minton branch. Was gone by 1958. There was two elevators at Hoffer, both on the town side of the track. Saskatchewan Wheat Pool built in 1926, and the State Elevator Company built in 1927. It was twinned with the Saskatchewan Wheat Pool in 1956, and they were both closed in 1977. They would have been right where that bush is on the other side of the rail line. Now I hesitate to fly any closer to the town site because it's, I think, just a family farm now, and be impolite to overfly the place. Rose Hoffer opened the first store on the town site in 1926, and on April 1st, 1927, her husband, Mayor Hoffer, opened a post office. That office was closed by Mrs. Dora E. Buchanan on October the 7th, 1960. At that time, there was maybe a dozen occupiable houses on the site and a few other buildings. High in the sky and looking south, these are the Trossachs Plains that run down the eastern slope of the Missouri Coteau from Avonlea down to the border. Mixed glacial till. Some good farmland in places. Mayor's brother Israel Hoffer was one of the first settlers to come to this area. He was a Jewish gentleman. He established his farm, and soon Philip Berger and Mayor Feldman came to join him. They applied for homesteads. Come 1909, there was 58 folks on 25 farms, all Jewish folks. And in that year, in 1909, 6 of them got their homestead patents. By 1916, 147 folks were living on 45 farms in sort of a loose, casual colony, interacting with their neighbors and helping to establish the life on the frontier, partaking in the local schools, although in 1912 there was a synagogue and school built on in the neighborhood. In 1926, the Jewish Colonization Association took an interest in the project, and they acquired land themselves and began importing settlers along with when the railway came through. Peak population was reached in 1929 with 227 folks living on what was called the Sonnenfeld colony, named after one of the directors of the JCA, Dr. S. Sonnenfeld. The JCA pulled out in 1939 with the war in Europe. The last descendant of these original settlers to retire from farming in the area did so in 1959. The colony is now just a memory. And a nice overview of some of Treaty 4 territory. In 1960, the CPR abandoned the last 14 miles of the Neptune branch from Tribune out to Neptune, serving Tribune with a short spur up from Southall. CP established the Bromhead sub from Estevan out to Minton and changed the mileages on all the stations accordingly, becoming mile 43.7, Hoffer, Saskatchewan.